Dear friends, welcome to Bagvadgita. When I got married in 1987, June 3rd, I went to my in-laws' house, which is a village, hamlet. बहुत छोटा गांव है. हम born brought up in Hyderabad city. Never has the exposure of a village. I heard about villages, but really don't know practically. So I went to my in-laws' house, which is a village, Amravati के पास आसपास उस रेडियस में. And in that village, I was, received, of course, grandly by all the village people. And unfortunately or fortunately, my mother-in-law is having a mother-in-law alive at home. यानी कि हमारे सास को सासू जी है. Mother-in-law's mother-in-law. She is mother-in-law of my mother-in-law. That lady, she fell in love with me, and she said, what is your exposure to God and God's works like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Quran, Bible, Adi Granth, Julelal, all these things. And she took a big interview in which I passed with flying colors. And she saw my depth in Bhagavad Gita. She saw my eloquence in Hanuman Chalisa. And she saw my ambience in Ramayana and Mahabharata. She just adored me and asked me a few questions. In which one is this? एक गांव में ये तो बहुत बड़ा सवाल है कि गांव में करंट नहीं है फिर भी सब लोग जी रहे. It's a village, and in the village everybody lives with their own ambience, their own culture, their own civilization. Of course, it's their own style of living. लेकिन गांव में करंट नहीं है, बिजली नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं है, पावर नहीं है, नॉलेज नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. लेकिन गांव में इतने लोग कैसे जी रहे? What is your depth? Yes. So ऐसा है कि गांव में सब लोग जी रहे, गांव में सब लोग जीते हैं. करंट तो होना चाहिए, इतना तो करंट रहना चाहिए, लेकिन करंट नहीं है. गांव में करंट नहीं है, गांव में कुछ भी नहीं है, करंट नहीं है. इज्जत तो अपने पैदाइशी डेट ऑफ बर्थ में रहते हैं. May 1st, 1966. इस डेट में इज्जत इतना है वर्ल्ड वाइड. यस. सो भगवद गीता भी कुछ ऐसा है, लॉर्ड श्री कृष्णा भी कुछ ऐसा है. ग्लोबल एक्सपोजर वर्ल्ड वाइड. भक्त श्री प्रभुपादुल स्वामी, Bhakta Vedanta Sri Prabhupada Swami is just a bank employee, a small bank employee, works in a bank, like that prostitute Sumitra and other people who are having knowledge, but they do prostitution, they do theft, they do Parakai Pravesham, piracy, theft, and Nyaya Devatani, Dharma Devatani, Manavatvani, Samadhi Chesi, Chinna, Masta, all these things. Yes. So they perish humanity. Yes, इंसानियत के दुश्मन है ये लोग तो अंत होना चाहिए, उसकी अर्थ ही निकलना चाहिए. ये सब भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने डिस्कस किया है. And what I want to say is, prostitutes like Pada, Maja, yes, Edpuganti people, yes. So भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने ये काम किया है. जब अपना पैसे चोरी होता है, अपने मन की दुख किसी को बोलने की काबिलियत भी वो लोग नहीं है, अपन बोल भी नहीं सकते, उसके पास इज्जत नहीं है, गांव में करंट नहीं है, ऐसा कैसा जी सकते हैं लोग? अब वो मदर-इन-लॉ ये बात बोले, जब उसकी एज 20 है, उसकी हस्बैंड मर गए और उसकी गोद में छोटा लड़का है, ससुर जी. And of course, they all attracted criminal cases, which you understood by this time. And She managed 25 acres agricultural lands. She herself went in a bullock cart and got her son educated to BA English literature, and she lived like a man. With a cigarette in man, I feel like a man with a cigarette in hand. Yes. And she lived like a man. Yes. With a boy in her lap. उसकी गोद में छोटा बच्चा है, हस्बैंड गुजर गए, मर गए, ऑफ हो गए, करंट भी नहीं है, बिजली भी नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी नहीं है. बिजली नहीं है यही एक कम है, तेरी बिंदिया क्या बिजली से कम है. तो ऐसा she lived her life like a man, and she told me how to live like a man in this world, where everywhere, every bit, every second, every place is filled by thieves. All are thieves, robbers, dacoits. उसका तो अर्थ ही निकलेगा जरूर. And भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने माखन चोर है, क्या वो चोर नहीं है? We will discuss all these things. Yesterday we were discussing about the foreword, which is written by Professor Edward, and he is a Junior Edward C. Demo from the Department of Social Asian Languages, and of course, and he is hailing from the Department of Civilization. So, एक शिकागो के यूनिवर्सिटी से है. आप सब लोग ताज्जुब में रहेंगे कि आप हमारे जो मतलब डर्ट है, डर्टी लेनिन है, हमारे 1 crore वर्थ रुपीस कांचीवरम सारीस चोरी हुआ. उसके साथ मतलब नॉट ओनली कांचीवरम, डेकोइटी, उसमें गोल्ड भी है, उसमें सिल्वर भी है, प्लैटिनम भी है, डायमंड्स भी है, शूज़ भी है, चप्पल भी है, सब एक्सपेंसिव थिंग्स, वैल्यूबल थिंग्स, बहुत तरह तरह के वेरी वेरी एक्सपेंसिव वैल्यूबल थिंग्स है. आप समझ रहे होंगे कि नॉलेज पीपल का अर्थ ही निकलना चाहिए. बाय दिस टाइम निकल गए होंगे, बस फॉर्मेलिटी बाकी है. जस्ट फॉर्मेलिटी ఈజ్ లెఫ్ట్ ఓవర్. కరెంట్ ఉన్నోళ్ళ శవాలు వెళ్ళిపోయినాయి, కాకపోతే ఏదో ఫార్మాలిటీస్ మిగిలాయి. అంటే మార్చురీలో ఉన్నాయి వాళ్ళ శవాలు. దే ఆర్ ఇన్ మార్చురీ. ద కరెంట్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ డెడ్, దర్ డెడ్ బాడీస్ ఆర్ ఇన్ మార్చురీ. సారీ. సో మార్చురీలో శవాలు కరెంట్ ఉన్నోళ్ళందరూ. ఒక కరెంట్ లేని విలేజ్లో డాక్టర్ బిఆర్ అంబేద్కర్ brought up in a village in which current is not there. But he wrote constitution, రాజ్యాంగం రచించాడు. కాబట్టి కరెంట్ ఉన్నోళ్ళ శవాలు వెళ్ళడానికే ఈ యొక్క కంకణం కట్టుకొని కళంకితులందరూ నశించాలనేసి సంకల్పం పెట్టుకొని, సో పైరేటర్స్, థీవ్స్ అండ్ ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాపర్స్ శవాలు ఎట్లాగో వెళ్తాయి. అండ్ పరకాయ ప్రవేశాలు, దృశ్యాంతాలు, మనకి వినపడకుండా కనపడకుండా వాళ్ళ లబ్ధి కోసం చేసే కొన్ని చర్యలు, ప్రక్రియలు వాళ్ళనే అంతం చేయాలి కూడా. సో ఇది నిన్న మనం ఫోర్వర్డ్ మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. ద ఫోర్వర్డ్ స్పీక్స్ లైక్ దట్. ఎప్పుడైతే ఫోర్వర్డ్ అలా ఉందో, ఈ యొక్క వేదాంత ఫిలాసఫీ శ్రీల బలదేవ విద్యాభూషణ, who presented so nicely the Govinda Bhashya commentary, and of course His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who always time and again insists on saying Allah, Jehovah and Sri Krishna are same. So he is now writing a preface. Originally I wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is in the form Yada Tadam, Bhagavad Gita Yada Tadam, in which it is presented now. ఎందుకంటే దేనికైనా ఒక టైం రావాలి. మేబీ యూ ఆర్ థింకింగ్ యూ డాగ్స్ గెట్ టైమ్. హర్ కుత్తే కా దిన్ బదల్తే, ఎవ్రీ డాగ్ హ్యాస్ ఇట్స్ డే. ఐసా భగవద్ గీత, ఇట్ కేమ్ యాజ్ ఎ బుక్. When this book was first published, the original manuscript was unfortunately cut short to less than 400 pages, without illustrations, without explanations for most of the original verses of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and it is in this form in which it is presented now. ఇప్పుడు అంటే డేట్ 12th May 1971, సిడ్నీలో, ఆస్ట్రేలియాలో, రిటన్ బై హిజ్ ఓన్ హ్యాండ్స్. సో ఇలా ప్రజెంట్ చేసినటువంటి భగవద్గీత అంటే వితౌట్ illustrations. Maybe you are thinking why the illustrations are not presented. Without illustrations only it came out 400 pages. With illustrations it will be 104 pages more, and the illustrations has their own manuscripts and their own verses, their own explanations, which will take 1400 pages. So in all of my other books, Srimad Bhagavad or Bhagavatam, Sri Isopanishad, etc., the system is that I give the original verse, only original verse. It's English transliteration, word for word, Sanskrit English equivalents, translations and purports. जब हम पहली बार एक विलेज गए तो आई एम बॉर्न ब्रॉट अप इन रिचनेस. गरीबी को सामने देखा. आई सॉ गरीबी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ माई मदर इन लॉ. आई सॉ अगलीनेस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ माई सिस्टर इन लॉ, Bharati, elbowed Rati. That lady is so ugly, barbarious. So like that, the presentation needs illustrations. This makes the book very authentic and scholarly and makes the meaning self-evident. हमारे हस्बैंड के एक ब्रदर है, वो भी बहुत ही इंडिसेंट, वेरी अनडिग्निफाइड, वेरी चीप, वेरी bastard. I mean, I can't say one word, but he's just a beggar. Yes. And उसकी बीवी भी beggar. Yes. So I was not very happy, therefore, when I had to minimize my original manuscript. But later on, when the demand for Bhagavad Gita as it is considerably increased, I was requested by many scholars and devotees to present and publish the complete edition. So, the complete edition of its original form, and Messrs. Macmillan and Company agreed to publish the complete edition. Thus, the present attempt is to offer the original manuscript of this great book of knowledge, the ocean of current knowledge, with full parampara explanation in order to establish the Krishna consciousness movement more soundly and progressively. जलने वाले जल गए, तू है राजा मैं हूँ रानी. जलने वाले जलते हैं, मिलने वाले मिलते हैं, जाने वाले जाते हैं, आने वाले आते हैं, लेकर यादें. Our Krishna consciousness movement is genuine, historically authorized, natural and transcendental due to its being based on Bhagavad Gita. As it is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world. People are thinking by doing robbery and flip-flop and all gimmicks and magics and black magic. They are thinking कोई नहीं पूछने वाले, कोई नहीं उसको पनिश करने वाले, कोई नहीं उसको डांटने वाले, कोई नहीं उसको अंत करके उसकी आरती निकालने वाले. लेकिन कृष्णा है, श्री कृष्णा. दुशासन भी ऐसे ही समझ के द्रौपदी के साड़ी मतलब इंसल्ट किया, और दुर्योधन भी ऐसा ही समझ के माया जूद मतलब गैम्बलिंग में इंसल्ट किया. कर्णा सूर्यपुत्र कर्ण भी बहुत इंसल्ट किया. लेकिन क्या हुआ, उसका अर्थ ही निकला, उसका अंतिम संस्कार था, उसका कभी भी विजय नहीं होता. Yes. because our Krishna consciousness movement is genuine, historically authorized. MA PhD in history I have done. So as it is, yada tadam tada kuru, Bhagavad Gita. It is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world. ब्लैक मैजिक हटाओ, परकाय प्रवेशम हटाओ, ऐसे आप जैसे मतलब थोड़े लोग they believe in that. Yes, it is becoming more and more interesting to the older generation also. Older generation are becoming interested, so much so that the fathers and grandfathers of my disciples are encouraging us by becoming life members of our great society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in Los Angeles. Many fathers and mothers used to come to see me to express their feelings of gratitude for my leading the Krishna consciousness movement throughout the entire world. ऐसे ही हमको देखने को बहुत लोग आते थे ससुराल में, जब हम पहली बार एक गांव में ससुराल को गए, हमारा ही ससुराल एक गांव में. It is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world. You see, this particular sentence is very important. Some of them said that it is greatly fortunate for the Americans that I have stated or started the Krishna consciousness movement in America also. It was first started in USA. But actually the original father of this movement is Lord Krishna himself. Since it was started a very long time ago, it is coming down to human society by disciplic succession. It's word and word very important. Sentence and sentence very important. If I have any credit in this connection, it does not belong to me personally, but it is due to my eternal spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajakarya or Parivrajaka Acharya 108 Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja Prabhupada. If personally I have any credit in this matter, it is only that I have tried to present Bhagavad Gita as it is without adulteration. You understood? People are begging, doing adulteration, doing piracy, theft, parkai pravesham, flip-flop and black magic, Krishyantalu, dubbing, without allowing us to see, without allowing us to listen. Those beggars, prostitutes, thieves, they are doing every cheap trick and crime and call themselves knowledge people, current people. They are dead urgently on the spot immediately with their own tricks. As it is, almost all the English editions of Bhagavad Gita were introduced to fulfill someone's personal ambition. Okay, but our attempt in presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is to present the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Our business is to present the will of Krishna, not that of any mundane speculator like the politician, philosopher or scientist, for they have very little knowledge of Krishna, despite all their other knowledge. అంటే వాళ్ళకున్న టక్కు టమారి గజకర్ణ గోకర్ణ విద్యలతో అన్నీ కంపేర్ చేస్తే యదా యదా హి ధర్మస్య గ్లానిర్భవతి భారత అభ్యుత్థానమధర్మస్య తదాత్మానం సృజామ్యహం పరిత్రాణాయ సాధూనాం వినాశాయ దుష్కృతాం ధర్మ సంస్థాపనార్థాయ సంభవామి యుగే యుగే యత్ర యోగేశ్వర కృష్ణో యత్ర పార్థో ధనుర్ధరః తత్ర శ్రీ విజయం నీతి జాతి ధనం విజయం మతిర్మమ. So when Krishna says Manabhana Bhava, Manmana Bhava, Mad Bhakto, Mad Yaji, Mam Namaskuru, etc., etc., etc. We, unlike the so-called scholars, do not say that Krishna and his inner spirit are different. Krishna is absolute. And there is no difference between Krishna's name. He is absolute, matlab, I am the only exclusive owner and proprietor of all the properties. I am the exclusive owner of all the entire property, legacy. So, whereas my brothers went to court claiming some rights in a illegal form, unofficial form, by making their wives also to socialize. Not only they, yes. So, they brought a false issue stating 49K42, which everybody are crying because they all are prostitutes, they all are thieves, they are beggars. 49K42 and false issue తెచ్చి నా ఆస్తి మీదకి వచ్చారు. Yes, ఏమైంది? The judge said, the court said, Nyaya Devata, Dharma Devata said, yes, Aruna Chaudhary is not a beggar like you beggars. You people are prostitutes. You brought a false issue saying 49K42, showing all black magic things, showing your tricks, showing your bloody influence, knowledge, current, power, and to kill justice, not injustice. Whereas Aruna Chaudhary is killing injustice. న్యాయ దేవతని, ధర్మదేవతని, మానవత్వాన్ని చంపి చిన్నామస్తా నమో నమః అంటే కరతాళ ధ్వనులు చేసిన వాళ్ళ శవాలు ఇవి. ఎస్, అందరూ బూడిదవుతారు. అండ్ అరుణ చౌదరి ఇస్ ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ ఓనర్ అండ్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఓనర్. షీ ఈస్ ద ఓనర్ ఆఫ్ ఎంటైర్ ప్రాపర్టీ. ఎంటైర్ ప్రాపర్టీకి అరుణ చౌదరి ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ ఓనర్ అని జడ్జి గారు జడ్జ్మెంట్. అలా ఇక్కడ ఏమి షేర్లు లేవు. కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్ అంతా కృష్ణుడే, అబ్సల్యూట్ ఓనర్ అండ్ పవర్. ఎస్, నేనెంతో కృష్ణుడంతే. ఎస్, కృష్ణుడంతో నేనంతే. సో కృష్ణ ఈజ్ అబ్సల్యూట్ and there is Krishna's pastimes etc. which says you people are not this, you people are not fair, you people are prostitutes and thieves and beggars అని ప్రూవ్ చేస్తుంది. ఎస్, ప్రూవ్ చేసేసింది, ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ కూడా చేసింది. సో this absolute passion or position of Krishna is difficult to understand for any person who is not a devotee of Krishna. And in the parampara, ante disciple or disciplic succession system, generally the so-called scholars, politicians, philosophers and swamis